Why does my water smell like chlorine, and why am I holding this darn cute dog? Well, I'll explain both to you in 1 second. So first of all, I'm holding the dog because what it says on the bottle of chlorine. Let's just take a look at it, right? Cities add chlorine to water because they need to kill the bacteria. That's because cities, where they get the water, there could be bacteria in the water. So they add chlorine to the water in order to kill it. But let's just take a look at the very first sentence, right? Hazardous to humans and domestic animals. Ah, the last thing I want to do is hurt this little doggy, right? So chlorine can do that. Why is that? Well, chlorine is added to water because it's got to kill the bacteria. I mean, that's why they did that. If you go back to the turn of the century, Chicago had an epidemic of people getting sick because what happened is we had a huge amount of rainfall and the sewage backed up into Lake Michigan, and then the city brought that water in and served it to all of its customers. And guess what? Children and elderly and many people died. So that was what actually caused scientists to come up with the fact that, hey, let's just add a little bit of chlorine to the water droplet to kill the bacteria. Bacteria loves to just sit on the water and basically feed on the organics on the water and multiply, especially if it gets warm, right? Warm and air are food sources for bacteria. So that said, cities, they invented adding just a smidgen of chlorine. Now that's required across the country, even around the globe. Adding a little bit of chlorine, it saved thousands, probably millions and millions of lives, right? However, it's sort of like, I don't know, a candy wrapper on candy, right? You want it to kill the bacteria, keep the candy safe, keep it nice and clean so you can eat it, but you're going to take the candy wrapper off, right? Well, chlorine is exactly that, because not only do we need to kill the bacteria, but then it's got a long way to go. So the water droplet has to travel miles and miles and miles, and they need a little chlorine in there so that bacteria doesn't get added to the chlorine in its transport to your house. Sounds pretty logical, right? Well, just like a candy bar though, you have a wrapper that's wrapping it. And when it gets inside the house, you got to ask yourself, do you still want that chlorine? It's a carcinogen. If we read the directions, it goes on to say, causes irreversible health conditions, can make you blind. It can cause illness. It can, I mean, it's just on and on. It could cause death. So there's so many things that chlorine can do negatively to the body, but it's also that necessary evil so that it can be transported to your house. So I recommend to people that sort of like a Snicker bar, right? Snicker bar, when you get it home, you take the wrapper off, right? But you're glad the wrapper was on it because all the people in the factory and in the store and the little kids and the adults, everyone touching the candy, they didn't touch the true candy, they just touched the outside wrapper. So at our company, we strongly recommend that you pull that chlorine out of the water. The last thing you want to do is, I don't know, take a shower, and when you're taking a shower, that water gets sprayed. Now you got chlorine in the air, right? Now you're inhaling that right into your lungs, right into your blood system, or you're drinking it, or your skin is the largest organ of the body, and here it is, chlorine is getting absorbed. We have a great demo where we literally put your fingers in water and you watch the chlorine get absorbed into your body. It happens like that. So if chlorine worries you a little bit, if this huge list of toxins and problems that can occur from having chlorine in the water worries you, reach out to us, because you know our goal is to help you navigate all the different filters on the market today. If you have any further questions, please text us, write me a little response below, and we'd be happy to respond to you. As you know, my name is Drew, and I'm here to serve you.